everybody, and welcome to the Up Your Sexy series, or the continuation of the Up Your Sexy series, which is actually kind of the point of our whole channel in general, but also specifically this series. So far, we've been talking a lot about how to up your sexy when you're by yourself. And today, I thought I would talk a little bit about how to up your sexy when you are in a relationship. My name is Kendra. I am a counselor and somatic sex educator here at ESC. And today I am going to be talking about how you can up your sexy when you are in a relationship. I believe that one of the most important ways to up your level of sexy when you're with a partner is establishing safety and security with that person. Because when you feel safe and secure with your partner and your partner feels safe and secure with you, that really opens the floor for tons and tons of crazy, juicy, amazing sexiness. There are many different ways that you can do this. Of course, establishing safety and security with a partner is an ongoing process and it involves many different aspects. But one of the easiest entrance points or starting points, I think, is looking at your love language. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard of love languages before. They're one of my favorite things to talk about. They were developed by Dr. Gary Chapman, and what they are is basically the main ways that people communicate love, whether that is showing love or the way they look to receive love. Understanding what your own love language is, and then on top of that, understanding what your partner's love language is amazing for connection with that person. So what are the love languages? There's five. Number one, words of affirmation. So if this is your love language, you love hearing it. You love when people say, I love you. You love when they say what they appreciate about you, what they love about you, why they love you, all of those things. You want to hear it. Number two is acts of service. So this is when you prefer to receive love by having someone do stuff for you. Let me take out the trash. Got your car serviced. I did something else for you. I cooked dinner for you. Acts of service. Number three, receiving gifts. So this one is not meant to be materialistic. It's just meant for those people who really appreciate when there's lots of thought put into a gift. Or when somebody does bring them little gifts, like they're like, oh, I was just out today and this made me think of you. For the birthday, instead of getting the iPod, what you really appreciate is getting things like a scrapbook or something with insignia on it, or something a little bit more personalized and sentimental. Number four, quality time. You don't care what you're doing, you don't care where you are, you don't care what else is happening. As long as you are with your partner, you want their time and you want their attention. You want their undivided attention. And number five, physical touch. This is one of my big ones. I really like physical touch. And that's not necessarily to imply sex all the time. I mean, sex is lovely. And physical touch is just like little squeezes on the shoulders, sitting beside you when you're out in a group, holding hands, hugs, kisses when they see you, physically acknowledging your presence. So those are the five. So the point of love languages is to really just help people understand that people show love in different ways. One of the biggest benefits to knowing your own love language is that you are able to then make requests in your relationship. Would you be willing to ... so you feel more full and appreciated? Likewise, knowing what your partner's love language is makes it easier for you to show and express love in a way that you know that they will interpret as love and affection. My favorite thing about love languages is actually just when you have the awareness that there are different ways that people like to communicate love and affection, you can begin to look for what your partner is doing, so that if you don't think that you're loved or that you're getting the amount of love that you want, perhaps it's just because they're speaking a different language. For example, my preferred love language is words of affirmation, as well as physical touch. Those are my top two. And I was in this relationship with somebody who was not very comfortable verbally expressing love. And so I'm sitting there being like, why don't you tell me that you love me? Or why don't you say this? Or why don't you verbally appreciate me? And I'm wanting these things. And so I would ask and check in sometimes. I'd be like, do you want to be with me? Do you really love me? And he looked at me one time like I was nuts and was like, of course I do. I spend all of my time with you. I wouldn't be here if I didn't love you and want to be with you? It was like, ting, like light bulb. I was like, oh, okay. Because his primary love language was quality time. So open your mind and be aware that there are many different love languages. So look to see maybe how your partner is communicating that with you. Because can you see how when you know what your partner's love language is and when you have more awareness around your own love language, it can really help to foster that sense of security and safety with one another so that, more sexiness can bloom from that really strong foundation. If you'd like to discover your own love language, I have attached the link below. Just go to 5lovelanguages.com and you can test your own. And if you're in a relationship, give it to your partner. That's all I have for you for today. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, follow us on Instagram and then also eat, squat, and come.